Hello from Rwanda, I'm Carl Schmid with Plus Life. Well, after 5 packed days, the 13th IAS conference on HIV science is finally wrapping up, and let me tell you, what a week it has been. And it has indeed been a real privilege for Plus Life to be right here in the middle of it all. So what did we learn? We caught up with Dr. Laura Waters to help us unpack the big themes from the week, from the science and strategies that sparked discussion to the challenges that still lie ahead.
And the theme that has been quite dominant for me here is this issue about people who are living with HIV and hepatitis B, or who have had hepatitis B in the past. And I think that message, vaccinate. We've got vaccines that work. Nobody should be entering a Hep B inactive clinical trial who hasn't been vaccinated. So I think the main thing I'm taking home is a renewed sense of optimism. Obviously, the US funding cuts, the stop work orders have had a massive impact in many parts of the world. We heard data from Mozambique, just how stark that is. But during the course of the meeting, it's been announced that PEPFAR has been saved, and listening to the strategies people are going to employ, how to get local governments to step up, how to get the other stakeholders in the global HIV response to fill that big gap that's been left by the US. Although it's horrible, I actually left with a real sense that things can get better and ultimately more secure in the future.
And while experts shared their insight from the stage, activists and people living with HIV were making their voices heard too, urging support for the Kigali Manifesto, a call for true inclusion in HIV research.
The Kigali Manifesto is a movement that we've started that's greater than ourselves, similar to the Denver Principles. This is a movement that we've started where it is 10 principles calling to an end to this discrimination, asking for clinical research protocols to be written based off of science. It's about human rights, social justice, making sure that this community is not left behind. So our website is sgmalliance.org. If you go to our webpage, click on Kigali Manifesto, and that one simple thing you can do is download the manifesto, read it, and sign the petition. Please, 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 please. This is really important. It is a global call to action.
We also heard from delegates from around the world, sharing what stood out, what they'll take home, and whether IAS 2025 lived up to the moment.
IAS 2025 exceeded the moment. I was expecting to come here and it to be very drab and sad and depressing because of everything that's going on with research and funding cuts. And in spite of that, people have really rallied and come together, and there's a synergy here, and there's a mixing of ideas and experiences. And I think a lot of us are going to walk away with newfound hope and optimism and willingness to work together.
It shows that we are improving science-wise, and we are finally being brought to the table as meaningful participants, and we are also championing for our own research and our own science to focus on us as well.
Well, for me, have you seen how much activism there is at this conference?
Yes.
And it's being led by young people and the community. I think with that kind of grounding, things will not slip. They will hold us to account, and they will make sure that promises made are delivered, and that gives a lot of hope.
I'm part of the Young Leaders Program. We're made to think of unconventional, innovative ways to improve or increase domestic funding amidst the US aid cuts. So I think it was a very fantastic opportunity because you had a very short time to think and come up with amazing ideas.
And as IAS 2025 comes to a close, we spoke with IAS President-elect Kenneth Ngure, who shared his thoughts on the road ahead, including next year's AIDS conference in Rio.
We have a vision to also ensure that communities are also able to access the conferences as much as possible. Communities at risk of HIV or living with HIV are able to access the conferences, because whatever we do, it's the people who are affected or at risk should be at the center of the response. The young people are not in the traditional media, are not in the newspapers, are not watching your regular TV stations. They're in TikTok. They have other communication. We want to get in those spaces and communicate, work with them to design communication messages that resonate to them. They know how best to communicate to their community members, as opposed to a person like me seated behind a desk and designing communication messages or communicating. We are not the best at that, some of those things.
It has been a big week for science, community and connection, and a real privilege for us at Plus Life to bring you all the action. A heartfelt thanks to our friends at the International AIDS Society for hosting us here in Kigali, and for you for tuning in. Remember, you can like, follow and share Plus Life. We are across all your favourite social platforms at Plus Life Media, and from everyone at Plus Life, thanks for watching. I'm Carl Schmid. We'll see you next time.